How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to an episode in live stream here on Let's Build Twitter. As always, I'm Ethan and Cutter, and if you guys do want access to our private bot story, there is a link in the description down below. Though I kind of walk you through exactly how to do that. Now, last episode we got so we could actually go ahead and create replies to a post. If we actually hop into our code really quick, and we can go ahead and click on this and be like, hello, or something like that, and click reply. It closes out of it, and then if we actually open up dbeaver really quickly, let this load up really quick. Maybe. Close out of all this stuff. So now if we go ahead and open up our FooterDB databases, all this stuff, FooterDB, schemas, public, tables. Let's go ahead and reload post. Scroll down, you can see, oh, hello. It is a reply and it's all there. So right now, obviously, there's no way to actually click on this post and see the replies and stuff. We do probably want to figure out how in heck to get the one beside this. And the other thing that we're trying to fix, and I haven't figured out how to fix to yet, is this GIF right here. It pops up down here, but it doesn't actually do what we want. So that is obviously an issue. We tried putting this inside of the actual feed, not the body, but not feed post creator. What's this called? The create reply, I think. So where's our actual create reply? Let's just clear some stuff out here that we don't need at this current time. We don't need, okay, so now create reply. So we tried putting create reply, but obviously there's an issue because the modal doesn't really work. So we tried this. Whoops. Of course, let me go and grab this back. So we tried this out and it didn't really work, I don't think. So to grab display emojis, we need to bring in, actually let's just get rid of all this and we'll just do the emoji drop down and see what happens, just to kind of make things a little bit simpler. I'm pretty sure this scuffed a bunch of stuff. Actually it didn't really scuff it. It's obviously not what we wanted at, so we want it up here. So that one doesn't really work either. So that's kind of the issue that we're running into here. Close out of this and let's get rid of this stuff. So I kind of want to just debug a little bit, and then maybe we'll look into getting some post with images or media or something working. And then if we have time, try to get the number on the little circle part. The number part should be pretty easy. So whoops, I want to make sure that if we close out of this and we actually click on the emojis, this actually still works the way it's supposed to. So yes, so this is working. We just need to figure out where the heck to put this, or if we need to modify this in some way that it's over top of it. So I had originally thought that maybe it was because there's content hidden, because this create reply is a modal. I guess I was doing the wrong modal, so maybe it is because this modal is overflow hidden. So we take a look at this, and let's get rid of this for a second. I think that I tried this, but maybe I didn't. And where's the bottom modal bottom? It's also, I guess it's not overflow hidden, so let's see, let's get rid of the modal. Let's refresh and do this. Okay, so it did pop up, but it didn't go in the right place. Oh, you know what? It's the bottom part. And I wondered if that was going to be a problem. Let's see. So this would be or actually, what would this be? This one would be inside the feed post creator, I think. Oh, it's because of something I said probably wouldn't ever happen. But so now if I do, oh, interesting. we need to make a check for that, because I didn't even think about these popping up here. I mean, they might pop up here. I need to see how these are supposed to be posted. But we go ahead and do this again and click on this. Nothing is happening. And I think that's because, well, one, I think I disabled it for one thing, so that makes sense. So we go back into our, what was this, create reply. And actually, no, it would be create reply bottom is where it was at. Let's add this back and see what happens. Okay, that's what we wanted. Now the issue again is this guy is way too high. So I think what we need to do is we need to do a sticky and then maybe pass in where we want it in the area, because I think sticky will also help us in this situation. So this is good. That fixed what we needed, so that's good. The only issue is overflows obviously might be broken. But maybe we could just do overflow side to side hidden or something. I'm not sure. But if we run into an issue, we'll try to debug it a little bit more, but that fixed that. Now, the thing that I've kind of been dreading, I think what we'll do, because right now the modal box itself has a, or I thought it had a top bottom, no, it's display flex. So I'm thinking about getting rid of this stuff here, like this, and then passing in where we actually want this. So if we go into modal.tsx, so it already has this, so I'm thinking about putting like top position, and this will be a string, and left position, which is the string, and we could pass px here or whatever. We're going to have to find all the places we use this, and this is going to break a lot of stuff. That's fine. We'll bring in top position, bottom position, not bottom left position. And what we'll do is in the modal box, so this div, I guess we'll just have a style equal to, and inside the style, this is going to be interesting. And let's do this just so we can kind of see what's going on here. Clean this up. Clean this up. Maybe clean this up. There. So then we can say top is top position. And we can say left is left position. Now something to keep in mind, I spelled position wrong, is that this still has like, I think, actually, let me look at the CSS again. It should have an absolute on it. It's position absolute. I don't know how this is gonna work. I think we do still want position absolute here. So this might not work completely how I want, just because I think this has to be position relative to really work the way that I want it. So I'm a little bit concerned about that. This can be all display, but we just don't want it like centered. Now there's gonna be a bunch of features that are broken. So let's just try to find them. So first off, obviously this one's broken. So we want our top position to equal to, and I don't know where this is really at. It's probably gonna break. We want like to the bottom of this guy. So let's try just like 80px, and we'll see how tall that is. And then our left position needs to be like center with the position. So I need to look up CSS position center. There's like a transform or translate or something. Let's see. Without flex. I want it without flex. Using grid. Let's see. CSS center. Oops. Center div without flex. There's an easy way to do this. I just forget how to do it. Yeah, so here, translate y, transform, translate y, negative 50 looks like. So this will be translate y, negative 50%. And we'll see what this looks like. Except we actually want, we'll just see what happens here. We'll just see what this does. There still should be some other errors. Yeah, so modal is also in, I don't think this is what I wanted either, actually. Let me look really quick. I'm looking. It's 50-50. Yeah, okay. So it's, ooh, we need to add the transform. Ooh. Let's just put 50. Honestly, I just want to see what this looks like. So we also need, where's this modal at? Register modal. So let's find the register. And let's see. Components. Register modal. Okay, let's fix this one. So let's just try to fix this up as much as we can here. Why is that weird? I don't know why this extra guy's here, so it kind of concerns me. But we'll say top position will be equal to, and this will be 50%, I guess. I think that this has like an extra thing going on here or something. What is going on with this? Something weird's going on here. Oh, I see. Okay. Top position, 50%. And left position, 50%. Is there any other things? So also login modal, so let's deal with that. So we need to probably try to log in to see what it looks like. I have a feeling this probably won't work, but it's worth a shot for these. So top, did it again, didn't I? Yep, okay. So top position, 50%, left position, 50%. Oops. Is that all of these? There's also a modal in forgot password. So is that also in pass register, or is this in login? Nope, it's just its own thing. Okay, forgot password modal. Same thing, we're just gonna do 50-50. And honestly, we could have done the style. We could have done this differently, actually. Instead of doing this, let's undo this. And then forgot password, and then like there's login, right? So let's do this instead. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into the modal, and this is gonna be optional. And then we're gonna say style equal to, we're gonna say top position, and I don't know if this is gonna work, and left position, question mark. If that's the case, we're going to have this, and maybe this should be, this might need to be like a function or something, I'm not sure. But if this is the case, we'll have this. And this is a mess, so this is fun. Let's see if we can fix this a little bit and make it look a bit nicer. So if we have a top and left position, then we'll do this. Otherwise, we're gonna have top is gonna be 50%. Whoops, 50%. Our left will be 50%. And we're gonna have a transform on it. And this is going to be translate and then negative 50% and negative 50%. So this should center it, and it should also, if we don't pass anything in, it should just automatically center everything. So let's make sure that this is good. Yep. Let's close out of all these other modals that we don't care about. Now create reply, we will go ahead and say this is this, and then this is like 50% or something. So we'll go ahead and pass those. So let's see if this works. I have no idea. It could just be busted. So 50% didn't quite work, and it seems like 80 is too much. So let's do like 50 on this. Whoops, if I could open it. 50 seems about right. And I'm gonna try that translate y negative 50. So it seems like maybe that is actually a way. Didn't do anything. Translate y 50%. Nothing. Let me take a look really quick at the thing that I'd read earlier. Oh, it needs to transform though. Shoot. Yeah, we still need to translate. We can't just do 50%. Can I do this? Let's do this. So this is getting kind of complicated, but we can also add a translate, which is optional. Which is a string. And let's pass in translate. And what we could have actually done is this. So let's get rid of this. So we'll say top will be equal to, and top will be equal to top position question mark. If that's the case, then we'll have top position. Otherwise it'll be 50%. And then left will be the same thing. So left position question mark. It'll be left position. Otherwise it'll be 50%. And then transform. Let's see, transform. What we'll do is the same thing, I guess. So this should be transform, not translate. So let's say transform, transform. And then here we'll say transform question mark. So that's the case, we'll add transform. Otherwise we'll do this. So now we can just pass in top and then maybe leave the other ones alone. So back in our create reply, wherever this is, I keep losing it. So maybe we don't pass in a left position, we just add a top position and maybe it'll do it. Okay, so I actually want our transform to equal to translate y negative 50, I think. But y is to do, let's see. Is because y is, we want to say left position 50% or something. Although I don't think that's going to change anything. No, it didn't. Well, we put 0 ex. Okay. Seems like top position is kind of being funky. So top position went the wrong way. So negative 50 px. That didn't do it. Is it supposed to be 50 px? I'm just trying until we get it working here. Yeah, hop 50%. Maybe it's translate X. Negative 50. And we can get rid of left position. Let's try this. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. Something I also want to do is I want to make this modal CSS. I want this to be sticky. And stick to where it's at. Shoot. What if we do this one sticky? Did I not save this? What is going on with this? Why is this still commented out? Oh, I did this wrong. That's why. Shoot, that didn't work. Okay. Yeah, and sticky here doesn't work either. Because this just breaks everything. And this makes it actually worse. Let's not do that. So I guess we just won't do anything here. We'll just leave it as is. Except we want the position absolute still. There. Should be back to baby before we touched it. Okay. Our emojis are working, although clicking on them. Okay, so we need to actually refactor the emojis to depend on which, or to append depending on which one is actually active. So we need to go down to emoji drop down, and wherever we append the emoji. So let's see here. Append emoji to this. So we have all of this. Set recent emojis, that's fine. Emojis on shift. So where do we actually dispatch this? So, update current post. And update current post is already looking at that. So let's see, what if we type in this and then add an emoji? Okay, it's still not adding to the content for some reason. Oh shoot, it's because we put in content instead of reply content, right? So we can do this. If current post would do this, if we need to grab current reply, so let's grab this as well. I don't think any of this matters. So we'll go ahead and say let current reply equal to use selector state root state, and then state dot post dot current reply. And okay, it's just being slow. Grab this. So now what we'll do is we'll check to see if this, and then we'll say let reply content equal to current reply dot reply content, and then we'll say let updated reply or updated content equal to reply content plus emoji, and we'll dispatch. We're going to dispatch update post. That's fine. And this will take in name of reply content, I believe, and value will equal to reply content. Or we want to call it updated content? We can call it updated content, that's fine. Object literal and content do not exist. Okay, it's just being slow again. That might fix it. So we say hello, we put in this. Still no bueno, huh? Let's try this again really quick. Hello. So we click on it. Did we save dropdown? We did. There should be a current reply. We get the content from the reply. Let's console.log to see if we're in here. We'll say updated content. We're dispatching update current post, which should be fine. Let's see if we are getting anything in here. Let's inspect, refresh. Reply to this. Go to our console. Hello, space, open up our emojis. Okay, so that is working. So that means inside of our actual text area is something isn't working right. So let's go to our text area. Create post text area. So I'm wondering if maybe convert elements is taken in the content, and content is equal to use content. Okay, so that's why. And we're updating this content where? Here. Okay. So we're gonna need to get the current content out of the reply or out of the post, so we're kind of going backwards here, which kind of stinks. Kind of wish we would have set up our thing a little bit differently, our state, but it is what it is at this point. Let me think for a sec. The only way we're going to get this is if we do pass it. I think we have to read the state, unfortunately. So I guess we already have state here. I'm trying to think about the best way to do this. I mean, the easiest way to do this would be like state dot post. Although I don't like that either. We're going to have to check to see. I guess we know what the location is. We might have to do something like this. Const and say text content equal to pass this, and I don't think it needs anything, and this can return a string, so let's make sure we return a string here so it knows. And basically let's say if location is equal to post, then basically we're going to return this, convert content to elements. I don't love this, but it is what it is. Ooh, this doesn't return a string though. This returns a JSX array. JSX element, whoops, array. So if this is the case, we'll return this. And instead of content, this would be state dot post dot current post. If I could type current post dot content. Now the issue is that current post might not exist. So now we gotta say state dot post dot current post. I'm just gonna say if location is equal to reply, because maybe there's gonna be other locations later. I want to be safe. And state dot post dot current reply. Then we'll return convert. Nope. Convert post content to elements. This will be state dot post dot current reply dot reply content, and this will also still be creator. And then otherwise we'll just return empty array as like a down case, and we'll copy this and we'll pass in text content here, and this should fix this. I don't love this solution, but it is what it is. And the issue here, well, this might be okay because it's just the text content, so I think we can keep that as is. Okay, there we go. It's still not perfect though. I don't know what the deal with that is. Let's try this one more time. Hello. Do this. I don't know what the deal is with that. And then it overrides it. Is it because of the content? Shoot. Oh man, we're gonna have to undo all the work we did, huh? Because this does in fact need this actually does need like special content. Const get current value, and we'll do the same thing here. This is icky, but it is what it is. What we could do here actually, we could actually do this. Let's just do this. I'm assuming we can do this. I don't know. We'll see. Content will be state.post.current post. Whoops. Y. Well, that I can't spell. Dot, and then this will be content. Dude, why? Here we'll return this. I'm assuming this will work. I don't know. We'll find out really quickly. State.post.current post or current reply dot reply content. Otherwise, we're just going to return elements, an empty array, and content, an empty string. And then here, this will be text content dot elements. And this one will be text content dot content. Hello. Okay, that's working. reply. Now it's going to pop up as a post. So we're going to need to figure out how to actually do this properly. But cool. So there's that. That's good to go. A couple of bugs fixed. And let's go back to the emoji dropdown and get rid of this. Cool. So 2 bugs fixed. So now maybe let's go ahead and get the images working in a reply. And then once we get the images working in reply, we will work on getting the number of replies to a post and putting it down in the bottom right. And then if we still have time, we'll start looking at reposting and stuff. Reposting will be easy, I think. Figuring out how to display it to the feed properly will be interesting, but it is what it is. So let's go back into IntelliJ. So either create reply DTO, some other stuff. Let's move this over a little bit so it's not so large. So now if we go to our post service, I believe, yeah, we have create reply. Now, whenever we create a reply with media, we have this. We take in a string post and we take in a multi-part file or a list of multi-part files. What I'm maybe thinking is I'm wondering if we could kind of do like we did with create reply. So in create reply, we basically just called create post and set a couple other things. So I'm wondering if we basically more or less do the same exact thing here and then kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and say public post create reply with media, and then this will take in a create reply DTO. I'm guessing this one just took like a post or something. Yeah, so this actually needs to be string post. So let's bring in a string post. We'll actually call it reply and a list of multi-part files. Cool. So now we're gonna basically need to do the same exact thing. Maybe I should go ahead and like auto wire an object mapper, but let's go ahead and do all this. I don't think I set up a builder on this, so we'll just have to create a reply DTO. So create reply DTO is equal to new create reply DTO. We'll set up a try catch as we're dealing with the images here. Just catch an exception E. For now, it is called exception E. If you want to set it up later, e.print stack trace for now. Again, we can set this up a little bit later. Let's print that stack trace. And I'm basically going to more or less copy the code that I have inside of create media post and then kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and make an object mapper and then read in that create post or create reply DTO. So we're going to go ahead and say, can create the object mapper up here. Object mapper is equal to new object mapper. And we can go ahead and say DTO is equal to mapper.readValue. And we're going to read in the reply, and this is going to be a create reply DTO dot class. All right, now what is this complaining about? That's fine. I don't really care at this moment. Now what I think we want to do is we want to go ahead and construct a post ETO. We will call the create post with media to create a reply, and then we'll set a couple other things. Because I think that's basically what we did here. So we have a create post ETO. We create the post. We set the reply to true. And then we set the replies to both the original post and the other post. So I think that's what we're going to do here. And I might go ahead and take the same exact thing. So I might go ahead and take... Well, I guess we're going to have to set all this ourselves, right? So let's copy this. How do I actually want to do this? Yeah, I guess Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna take this whole thing actually, because this is a create post ETL. That's fine. So we're gonna take this, we're gonna cheat a little bit, and we're gonna copy it here. This could probably be extracted a little bit even more actually. But we got all of this. So then I believe what we're going to go ahead and do is create the post, I think is what we do. Yeah, so post reply is equal to this and do all this. So we'll go ahead and we already have a reply. So we'll go ahead and call this reply post maybe. Reply post set this. And then we need to, oops, I did that wrong. Let me undo this. So this would be reply post dot set reply. So we set that reply, and then what we need to do after that is we need to get the original post. So we can go ahead and just literally grab all of this and make it work in here. I know it's duplicated code, but it is what it is. So now we get the original post, we set the original post replies, and this will be reply post, and we set the replies, we save the original, and then we save the reply post. So that will allow us to create a post with those. And now we need to go ahead and actually create this. And what's the error? Public post, missing return statement. Does this not, let's see. Maybe I don't need to catch an exception here. If I get rid of this exception, let's see. So this just threw an unable to save post exception. We can do that as well. That's fine. That'll get this off our back. So if we fail to create the reply, it will just throw an unable to save post exception. So now we need to go to our post controller and build up the same exact thing. So this will be at post mapping, and we'll say /reply/media maybe. And then we'll say public post reply create media reply. And this one is going to need to be set up like the similar one. So inside here, we're going to consumes equal to media type dot application JSON value, media type dot multi-part form data, and then in here at request part, and we'll have this one will be called reply, is what I think we called it, string reply at request part, and this will be the media. This will be a list of multi-part files, and return post service dot create reply with media, pass in the reply, pass in the files. And there should already be an exception handler to handle this for us. So this one should be pretty simple actually to do. Let's go ahead and pop up Postman and see if we can get it working in Postman first, and then we'll go ahead and try to do it on the front end as well. So let's pop up Postman. And I need a comma here or something. Let's see. So this should be what, value equal to media, and I deleted this, whoops, /media, comma consumes, there we go. Save that, reload this, make sure it runs still. Hopefully it still runs. Okay, open up this, so we go into our post, which we already have a reply. Let's make a new one, a new request, and this will be /reply/media. This will be a post request at http:// localhost:8000 /post/reply/media. And now what we need to go and do is we need to go into our headers, and we need authorization as always. So authorization, whoops. And let's grab the token from this headers. So let's grab this token, copy it, and paste the token in. And then now what we need is the body will be URL form encoded, I believe. Or it might be form data, but let's do, yeah, it is going to be form data. So the first one can be text, and this will be reply. And then the value needs to be a reply. So we can just like take this body and pass as a string. So the original post, we can do 1, I guess. Test reply with media, maybe. Images, schedule false, all this is fine. Copy this, and now what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add quotes there and make this a string like that. And I think that should be perfectly fine. We'll find out in a second, I guess. And then here the key will be images or files, I think is what they're called, and this would be file. And we can select whatever files. Let's just double check this. So yeah, we called these files. So now we can just pass in a couple of images. So we go ahead and select these. Always doxing me. Let's just grab these 3 images. They might be too big, we'll find out. So now we just go ahead and send it and see what happens. So 400, request part media is not present. Files, reply media. Let's just double check this. Post slash post slash reply. Organization, let's just double check organization again. So bodies, form data, file. So yeah, that should be fine. Reply slash media, the value and files. Let's just double check all this. There's no, resolved, multi-part missing, server exception, request part media not present. Oh, that's why. Let's call this, oh, that's easy fixing. We just come in here and name this media instead. Media. Okay. Unable to create posts. Let's see what the exception was. Okay, not helpful. So let's go into our post service and let's actually print the stack trace. And let's see what the stack trace is saying. Let's refresh this. I guess I should log it or something instead. Yeah, I don't care. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a peek at what's going on with this. So if we go ahead and send this, what is the issue? Post controller. Let's see, has to be escaped using a backslash, including string value. Okay, so it doesn't like our string. So let's remove all of the spaces from this maybe. So let's see. Remove new lines from string. Okay, let me see if I replace these line breaks, if it likes it. I don't know if it'll actually do it, but let's go ahead and try this really quick and see if it's fine with this. Okay, still unable to make post. Let's see. Although at least one creator exists, no string argument for string value this. Author, user ID 1. So it doesn't like something with this. It might be the author, maybe. Could it be the author? The problem is that I don't have the media one anymore for the post because everything got lost. I'm just gonna go ahead and look for this on Google and see if maybe it has to do with the other thing with the author. Doesn't help. Let's see. Is it the constructor? Cannot construct instance of com footer create reply DTO. No string argument. You know what? Maybe we I wonder if maybe we refactor this and make author an integer, maybe. So the only thing I can think of is the issue. It's an issue with the author because this should all be text. I think it has to be. Whoops. I think it has to be done inside of a string, like we have it. Like I don't think we can just say. I don't think we can just do author user ID. I don't think this is legal because this isn't legal JSON. I think this will cause other issues, but we can try it really quick. Let's see what happens, I guess. I don't think it has to do... I mean, maybe it has to do with the extra... We'll try this, and then maybe it has to do with the extra quotation marks. Unable to create post at this time. See if it's the same issue or different issue. Cannot construct. So that one didn't work either. Let's undo that. I have another idea. Maybe it doesn't want these. Let's try this. There we go. It didn't want the extra quotation marks around it. So obviously author is a little bit scuffed, but there's a posted date, which should be good. Let's see. So the question is, one, did this actually upload images? So let's go ahead and reload our images here. Okay, so I don't see images. So how's it going? So that means that this didn't actually post the images, so that's not great. Oh, you know what? It didn't post the images because I never actually did the image part. That makes sense. So we actually need to upload the images that got passed. So let's deal with this. Let's go ahead and upload the images as well. So let's copy this. And down here, again, I know we're reusing all this stuff. So after we save the original one, we'll go ahead and save all of these and do this. And we need to go ahead and say reply post.setImages, save that. And now it should hopefully actually save the images. So let's go ahead and reload. What about HTML and CSS? All right, so let's try again and send. Okay, so now we have the images. So now I think if we actually come back into our IntelliJ, there we go. We have all the images. There's that image. There's that image. There's that image. And they show up in there. And then I'm guessing if we go ahead and refresh our post really quick. So let's go ahead and refresh our post. So we have these. And then inside of our images table, let's go ahead and open up our images table. We have the post, the image path, and so on and so forth. Again, typically you'd probably do this with like a S3 bucket or something, but we're just going to put it on here. So let's go ahead, and that's good. So now, I guess let's go ahead and display how many replies each one of these has. So to do that, what we'll go ahead and do is go into, I guess, the post itself, because I think this is where this is. We have all of this stuff. So now we should have the number of replies. So maybe we just make a, trying to think what we want to do here. We want this to the right and down. Do we want to do a span or a p tag? Let's just try a p tag. Last name equal to post action bar reply, and this will be reply count or something. And I don't know if we need an ID or something or anything like that. I don't know why it doesn't like count. That's fine. And here what we can do is like. And what we'll do is we will go ahead and say, and also this should be post action. And what we'll go and do is we'll say, I don't know if it's at state or post dot, okay, post dot replies, question mark. And I think we can do dot length. All right. And what we'll go ahead and do is, let's just see if they start popping up. So I don't know. Let's refresh. I don't know what post 1 is. I'm guessing this is post 1. Okay, so I don't see a post there. I don't see anything there. I think this is a property. Yeah, number or undefined. And I don't know what this post action bar group looks like. So post action bar group. I think I went past it. It's just fit content, and position relative. I wonder why it's position relative. Why do we get rid of position relative? Nothing, it seems like. So if we say hello, testing the reply count, reply, and refresh, nothing pops up. I wonder why. Oh, I think this is relative because we want to possibly put it somewhere. Hmm. Let's console.log the post. Let's do this inside of the create reply, maybe. And whenever we open up the... Where's our create reply body at? Whenever we open up the body... Oh, we have the current post. Okay. Cool. So let's go and inspect this console. And this is the one I was trying to test. Click on this. So replies, I'm guessing are empty maybe. Repost, views, reply, likes, images. So replies doesn't even exist on this for some reason. It's got author, audience, bookmarks, content, images, likes, reply restriction. So is this another weird thing? Or are replies straight up? I might be JSON ignoring replies. Let's look at the post. I am. Shoot. Let's just see what happens if I don't JSON ignore the replies. I want to see if I get a infinite loop here. I might get an infinite loop, but let's see if it happens or not. Okay. So now it's going to be empty for all of these because I just got rid of them. So 0, this is what we expect. We'll have to get this where we want, obviously. So if I reply, testing replies, reply, fresh, we get an infinite loop. We get 1. It might be okay then. And inside replies, we just have another post. And there's nothing inside there. So I guess that's probably fine then. Okay, cool. So now what we need to do, let me go ahead and take a look at Twitter. So it's beside it. This will be interesting. This will be interesting because whenever you hover over this, it's supposed to also highlight it. But let's just see if we can get this kind of in the position that we want. So let's go back into here and let's go into our post.css. Actually, we need to post.tsx first. So we need to go ahead and bring this guy in. So post action reply count. And that's the thing. Whenever we hover over this, we kind of need to like do some stuff here, which is interesting. So we'll have to kind of figure out how to deal with that, but let's go ahead and just bring this guy in first. And I guess I didn't need to wrap this. I can just do this. But yeah, let's bring in this post bar reply count, and let's go into post.css. I'll just bring it to the bottom. It's fine. So margin should be 0. If I could type. Padding will be 0. And let's just take a peek at what the font size looks like. About 13 px. So font size 13 px. It's pretty thin, so we're gonna just go font weight 400, and I'm gonna go color. And this is the thing that's kind of gonna be tough. The color is gonna change, so this will be interesting. And actually, I might be able to get away with not doing color and kind of do it a different way. So we'll see here. Now, I do want to say position is absolute, and we're gonna say top 0 and left 0, and we're gonna just kind of see and play it by ear and kind of figure out where this goes. But now this should look a little bit better. Yeah, so now you can see it's in the top left, and what we kind of want is it to be in the bottom right. So let's do like bottom 0 and right 0. And honestly, that might be what we want to do. The color is scuffed, so that's the biggest issue here. So what I'm thinking is, so we have this update hover colors, and I'm not 100% sure what this does. So it looks at what it is, sets the color, and then it's, let's see, sets the color, and then, but I'm confused about, oh, it sets the color in there. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Inside here we set a style that does something similar. Style equal to, and color will be colors dot reply. And this might be the simplest way to do this. Yep. And we might want to move it a little bit to the right, but I think that's fine. Now the only thing is, we only want it to show like 3 digits, right? So up to 100 or up to 1,000, and then maybe once we get to like X amount, whatever. So we need to like convert this to a condensed number, basically. So we need to think about how we want to do that. And I'm just gonna bring it here, maybe. Const convert count, pass in the count, which is a number, and this will return a string. So we can just go ahead and say, like, if count is less than 1,000, return, and we can just like do this $ curly brace and count. Else if count is, let's see, so if count is greater than 1,000, greater than equal to 1,000, and less than, let's say, so if it's less than 10,000, 1, 2, 3. So if this is the case, and count is less than 10,000, so if this is the case, what we'll go and do is we will, I guess, divide by 10 and round to 2 decimals. I gotta see how to round to do 2 decimals. So let me say JS round to 2 decimals. So it's 2 fixed. Okay, so we'll say return and I guess $ curly brace count divided by 1,000, and then we'll say dot 2 fixed 2 and pass in a K, I guess. Okay. Else if we are greater than or equal to, so count greater than or equal to 10,000, and our count is less than, and this will be 100,000. So if we between these two, we'll return, and we'll say $ curly brace count divided by 10,000, or do we want to say 1,000? We'll do 1,000 and dot to fixed. So let's wrap this. Dot to fixed, and we'll say 1. Okay. And then finally, else if, and actually, maybe this should be like the default actually. So return count will be default because we will need a default here. So let's set this as default that we have something. So count is greater than 100,000. And count this will be greater than or equal to. And we'll never be able to actually test this because we're not going to have this many. Let's see. Just test this. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the case. So it's between these. We'll just return this, and we'll say $ curly brace math dot round, I guess. Actually, let's say math dot floor, and we'll say count divided by 1,000. Okay, so that'll be like whatever k, and we could expand this to the millions, but I'm not that concerned about it because we're not going to really be able to test the like 1,000 or anything like that. And then the smallest one is to be count. So now we actually want to go ahead and instead of saying this, we'll go ahead and convert count and pass this. Now the issue is going to be that replies might not exist for some reason. Is the post. So let's go back into our global utils. Let's make reply something that exists 100% because there's no reason for that not to exist. And we can get rid of this and save. Shouldn't look any different. Oh, I see the issue. So let's go into applies missing. Where's this at? Feed post creator. Simple enough. Let's go to feed post creator. There might be a couple other issues here and there that we might have to iron out. So here we can just go ahead and say replies empty. Simple enough. We might have another issue. No? Okay. Go. It's not exact, but I think it looks pretty good. And we can do the same exact thing for these guys as well. So I think bookmarks typically also have one, and so on and so forth. So let's take a peek at those. So we can more or less do the same exact thing for all of these. So let's copy this. And I'm just going to say post action bar count because I think these can be the same and we can just post whatever color we want. So let's copy this, go back into post.css, put this in here, post action bar count. And this should still work, just double check. Cool. Now we'll do the rest of these in here. So let's go into our post. We can copy all these, copy this, paste it here. So now instead of reply, this will be repost. And we can copy this, paste it here. This will be like, copy this, paste it here. This will be views. And I think bookmark has it, but share doesn't. Copy this, paste it here. I don't have any of these that are bookmarked, but I don't see any on Twitter that are bookmarked right now, but I'm fairly certain it has the number bookmarked on it. So the bookmark still isn't showing it, which is strange. There we go. We could maybe give it a little bit more space on the right side, but I think that's fine. It looks like maybe it does come up and to the right a little bit. So maybe I think Twitter kind of did some changes. I think it might be in line with it now. But let's go back into our post.css. So we can bring it up from the bottom a little bit. So let's try like 2 pixels. And let's try like 2 pixels. And this can just be tweaked a little bit. So let's bring it up more. So bottom 10px, that's probably going to be way too much. Yeah, it is. So let's try like 8. Kind of like that. And then let's try like 8 pixels on this. Okay, so this one needs to be negative 8 pixels on the right, maybe. Okay, so that's a bit too much. So let's bring it. And also, why are these, whoops. Why do these seem like they're going up, up, up? Like this guy seems like he's really high up for some reason. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe let's make this down to like 4 again. The views just seem really high for some reason. I'm not sure. And then we do want to bring this guy in maybe to like -4 again. I think honestly that's going to be about as good as we get. I'm not going to be able to get it perfect because Twitter's a little bit finicky. But there's that. So that's good to go. I don't know how the view just popped up. Why is view 1? Oh, I know why view's 1. Okay, that's fine. So we need to come back into post and fix this. I was so confused with them. Like, why is view 1? So this is replies. This will be, so this one is for repost. I don't know if repost is an array. Repost is a number, okay. So likes is also a number, I believe. Views is definitely a number. Post dot, I think views is a number. Yep. And let's see here. So bookmark P, and this is bookmarks. So let's do this. Post dot, does bookmark not exist? I guess bookmarks don't exist on this. Interesting. Is my bookmarks also getting JSON ignored? It's not. So let's just take a look at my whatever it's called, my interface. So go back down to my global interfaces. I just don't have a bookmark on this, I guess. So I guess let's add bookmark. Doesn't really matter where it goes. Bookmarks. And what is my bookmark return? Scroll down. So bookmarks returns bookmarks, which is a list of users, I believe. Let's just double check. Post view junction. So this actually does return a list of users. And bookmarks also returns a list of users. So really, bookmarks should be a user array. And our view should also be a user array. And I think repost is actually a user array too, if we double check this. Yeah, repost is also a user array. So repost user array. Now, of course, it's going to break some things. So this empty bookmarks empty. Anything else? Post itself dot length and anything else. Anything else complaining? Nope. Okay. And those should be getting passed back. So we take a look at this. So likes are scuffed. Post.likes. And I'm guessing likes should be .length as well. Why are likes not working? Post.likes. Like should also be that. So let's go back to our global interface. Our likes should be a user array as well. So let's save that. Fix it in here. Likes can be this. Anything else that's complaining? Post.likes.length. Save that. I might not be doing this right whenever we fetch it, but that seems fine. Okay, so I don't know why these don't seem perfect, but it's fine. I think it is what it is. So this is good. So now I'm thinking let's try to do repost really quick. And then after we get repost working, maybe we do like. And then after that, we probably need to update our actual, whatever this is called, our actual feed to kind of display likes and reposts and all that properly. So let's go ahead and go back to our Java code, and in our post controller, I don't think we have a like or repost or anything like that right now. We do not. I don't think we have anything in our post service either. So we just have create post, create media post, create reply of media, get all, get post. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. So what we'll do is we'll say public and maybe return the post, public post, and we'll go ahead and say repost, I guess. And this will take in, we need the post, obviously, that we're reposting. We'll probably take in the ID, and we need, what else do we want? The user we can get from the token. So I don't remember how we do get user from token. I'll have to go back and look. But maybe we bring in the string token or something. So let's go ahead and say we can just pass in. Yeah, so let's just pass in the ID, I guess. So this will be post repost and integer post ID and string token, right? And let's say application user like user equal to, and I think we have a token service. I think we need to bring it in though. So let's see our services. Services, I think the token service has what we want. Generate token, get username from token, yeah. And I guess that just gets the username though. So we'll say string username equal to token service dot, we need to bring in the token service. So private final token service, and we'll go ahead and bring in token service, and this dot token service is equal to token service. I'll be right back, everyone. Alright, yo, I'm sorry about that. So let's try to go ahead and just wrap this up real quick. It's getting pretty late. So we brought in what we needed inside of a post service, the token service. So now let's go ahead and get the username by that. So token service.get username from token, pass in that token, and then we want our application user is equal to, and we're going to say user service. Assuming we have the user service. Doesn't look like we have the user service. Nope. So we need to bring in the user service. So private final user service. And let's go ahead and bring in the user service in here. So user service. I guess we're bringing like every service in here. Oh well. This dot user service is equal to user service. All right, now I think we should have everything we need. So user service dot get user by username, pass in that username. Okay, that's good to go. So now we have the user. Now we need to get the post. So we can say post is equal to, and we'll go ahead and say post p. We can just call it post, I guess. It's equal to post repo dot get by ID. Actually, I think it's find by ID. Find by ID. Pass in that post ID dot or else throw. Whoops, maybe. Or else throw. And do we have a post does not exist exception? Let's see. Post. This we do. Awesome. So we do that. Okay, so now just go ahead and return post repo dot save the post, and what we need to do is we need to go ahead and update that set of users. So we'll say set of application user repost is equal to, and we're going to go ahead and say post dot get repost. We're going to say repost dot add. We're going to go ahead and add the user. And then we can go ahead and say post.set repost to our repost. So that is simple enough. And then we also want a public, and we'll go ahead and say post, and we'll say like, I guess. We'll do the same thing, integer, post ID, and string token. So you have to be authenticated to do this. String username is equal to token service dot get username from token, and token, we probably could have done this inside of the controller, but I try to keep as little logic in the controller as possible, so that's why I'm doing it here. Application user is equal to user service dot get user by username, and then go ahead and pass in a username. Cool. And then we can go ahead and say post is equal to post repo maybe dot find by ID, pass in that post ID or else throw, and we're just post does not exist exception. Okay, and then we'll do again set application user, and this will be likes is equal to post.get likes, and then we might as well set up bookmark while we're at it, and we'll go ahead and say likes.add. We'll go ahead and add the user, and then go post.set likes to the likes. If I could get that, and then return post repo dot save the post. So once again, we could probably put this into one function at the top, but whatever, it's fine. Public post, we'll bookmark, integer post ID, string token, and we'll say string username is equal to token service dot get username from token, pass in that token, and then application user is equal to user service dot get user by username, pass in the username. Like I mentioned before, we could have extracted this into its own little method at the top of the file. That's fine if you want to do that. Post equal to post repo dot find by ID. Pass in that post ID, or else throw. Post does not exist exception new. We'll get the set of application user, and this will be bookmarks equal to post.get bookmarks, and then we'll say bookmarks dot add, and then we'll go ahead and add that user, and we'll say post.set bookmarks, and we'll go ahead and set that to bookmarks. So that would be the set of users that bookmarked it. Return post repo dot save, and we'll go ahead and update that entity in the database. So that should all be good. We're getting all of these eagerly, so we shouldn't have to do anything crazy. And now what we can do is go into our post controller and just set these up. These are pretty simple. So let's set up some post mapping, or put mapping, probably at put mapping. And whoops, this will be, we'll say slash, and the first one will say repost slash ID, and that'll be the post ID. So now we can say public post and repost, and at path variable will be ID int ID, and here we can return. And also we need to get the token. So there is something we do to get the token. I don't remember what it is though. It might be inside of like the user controller or something. Let's look at some of our other controllers. Yeah, so we want the at request header string token. So let's just grab this from our user controller, and I'm gonna add it in here. I don't think it matters where it goes. So we want to put in the right spot. Whoops. Add it here. So we're gonna return our post service dot repost. We'll pass in ID and token. Cool, and now we more or less just do the same exact thing. So at post mapping to slash like slash ID, this will be called like, and that should be fine. This would be post service dot like, and then finally we'll have another put mapping to slash bookmark. We're gonna do something completely different for views. We're gonna have like a notification service or something for views probably. And maybe, maybe not, I don't know, but views would be different. So just know that. Bookmark. Okay, so those should all be good. Let's go ahead and reload this, make sure this is working. Okay, let's go into Postman. Postman's still working, that's cool. So let's save reply. So reply and reply with media are good to go, it seems like. Save organization. Let's just close out of these here. So inside of our post, let's go ahead and make a new request. And this can be to slash repost, I guess. This is a put mapping, and to http // local post :8000 /post /repost, and we want the post that we want to repost. So let's just go back to our front end. Let's say we're reposting I guess we don't know what that one is. Let's look at our database actually and go to our posts. I don't think we can repost our own. But we see here, this one is 2, so we can actually repost 11. So let's go ahead and say 11. And then we need our authorization header. So authorization. Let's grab our bearer token from reply with media. Copy that and paste that. So theoretically, this should add a repost to our repost junction table. Fingers crossed. Okay, it did in fact add us to the repost. Let's just check the repost table in dbeaver. So we go to post repost junction. We can see post 11 is reposted by user ID 1, so that's cool. So now we can basically do the same exact thing. Let's save this one. So now let's do the like. So let's go in here and we'll go ahead and add request. And this will be like. I should probably add /ID there, but it's fine. HTTP. And now we'll say like 11. Go into our headers, add our authorization. And here we'll go ahead and do is let's grab the authorization header from this one, copy it, and paste in the authorization. Run this. Okay, now it's got a person in the likes, and we can do the same exact thing once again for our bookmark. So make one more new one. We'll go ahead and add request. There'll be a put mapping to bookmark. Oops, let's make sure it's in the right spot. We'll bookmark 11. Let's go ahead and put in authorization. And the value, as always, will be this bearer token. And paste that guy in. This will be bookmark. I need to go through and kind of update these and get all of our stuff in there, but it's fine. 401 unauthorized. What happened? Because I put it in the wrong spot. Authorization and bearer token. There we go. And so we have like, we have the author, we have bookmarks. Cool. So that is everything working. I think that might be where we call it for tonight. So we basically were able to reply to a post, we were able to repost a post, and we were able to like a post. Now I gotta kind of think about how Twitter works when it is in respect to showing the feed page. Like sometimes when you're following someone, it will actually show a reply. And then other times it won't. And also we need to be able to click on the post and kind of show what replies are there. And kind of go from there, I guess. And then after that, well, obviously we also need to be able to like, bookmark and all that. And we also need to set it up so that we can actually count the views, which will be interesting. I think maybe for views, we'll just add to the list of users, the set of users. And then if the user's already in there, we'll just kind of ignore it, I guess. And then also on the front end, maybe we'll have like a trigger or something that says, hey, you've already liked this post, and it won't go through because we don't want to spam the server. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for tonight in this episode. I appreciate anyone that did stop by. I appreciate everyone that liked. The stream was a little bit choppy. I'm aware of that. I'm sorry. But yeah, we're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep working on this. Hopefully we can get it done eventually. We're making good progress here with the post. It's going to start looking a little bit more like Twitter as we start filling out some of these posts, showing the reposts and all that stuff and the replies. So as always, I appreciate everyone that stopped by. I appreciate anyone that watched to this point inside the video or the live stream. It's definitely been a long stream. So yeah, appreciate you all. This has been Ethan Uncoder. Have a great night, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode or a live stream. Peace out.